Hello there! It's holiday season, so I created this makeup look with a red lip and golden highlights to capture some of those Christmas vibes. And now let's get started. Here I am with my bare face. First I want to prep my lips so that they are ready and smooth till we finish up the look with the lipstick. I realized that my lips need to be hydrated from inside as well, why I use my favorite face cream that also delivers good hydration for my lips. I'm moving on with the foundation. The Pony Effect Everlasting Cushion Foundation in the shade Natural Ivory is my favorite because it matches quite well with my yellow undertone. Other cushions I've tried so far were too rosy or orange. I pretty like a dewy glass skin finish, and this cushion gives you that look with medium coverage. Because of the sheen, it reflects the light and is looking pretty bright, but it still matches the lighter areas of my skin. I always have to apply some eyeshadow primer all over the lid. Because the dewy finish highlights the areas around my dark circles, I like to mattify them with this No-Sebum compact powder. I'm also covering up some spots where I want to even out some skin textures. I'm also applying some powder on top of the brows because they are dewy from the foundation, and this way the brow color can be applied smoother. Now I'm filling out my brows, starting with a dark gray to define the bottom line of the brows, then fill in the brow tail. And with a lighter shade, I define the top line and fill in the inner half of the brows so that they fade out more naturally. Then touching up here and there and fill in some light spots so everything looks even. With this grayish but warmer brown shade, I'm contouring under the brows along the nose bridge. That gives you the illusion of a higher nose bridge, and I think my eyeballs looking like they sit deeper in the face as well. I'm also contouring my nose tip. Next, I decided to cover up some spots with the concealer. Now it comes to the eyes. I'm using a light brown to create a base color for the whole lid. I'm also applying it roughly under the lower lash line. I naturally have these kind of panda rings, so I want to follow this shape, but focusing on the outer half. I'm moving on with the medium brown eyeshadow and add it to the outer third as well as to the inner third of the lid. I'm following a half circle shape while looking for the line where my eyeball naturally goes into the eye socket. I want to leave out the center of the lid. Next, to give even more depth to the eye, I'm using a dark brown and intensify the outer and inner corners of the eye again. I always make sure that you can still see the darkest color with your eyes open, because a lot of my lid disappears when I look up because of my puffy hooded monolid. Also, my eyes are quite uneven because one side has a very thin double lid, so I pay attention to whether they look even with my eyes open. Also, I'm using the dark brown to lengthen the outer corners of my eye and applying it underneath the outer third of my lower lash line and fading out the color pretty deep down. I narrow my eyes to make my tear bags more visible, which functions as a guideline where I want to add some shade. Now I'm going into the golden shimmer eyeshadow. Usually I avoid shimmer on my lid because they accentuate the puffiness of my eyes, which makes them appear smaller, I think. But for festive occasions, I like to incorporate some shimmer for that extra glam. I just make sure to apply it only on the center of the lid, which gives the lid a nice round shape instead of a flat lid. The finishing eyeshadow is your favorite warm-toned highlighter that I'm putting on top of the tear bags, as well as on the inner corners on the tear ducts. Here it comes to the eyeliner, one of my essential tools to enlarge my eyes. I start in the inner corners and want the eyeliner to be visible with my eyes open, even in the inner corners. For the wing, I'm drawing the liner to a certain extent farther outwards than my lash line actually is, then wing it up. I'm drawing the eyeliner as thick as it needs to be still be visible when I look up. Sometimes the shape of the eyeliner changes weirdly depending whether you look down or up. That's why I like to blur out the line with a dark eyeshadow so you can't exactly tell anymore where the line is and hide the lack of eyeliner skills. Now I'm using waterproof dark brown eye pencil and applying it to the inner half of the lower lash line and connecting it to our eyeliner on the inner corner. Also, I'm applying it to the outer corners to connect the winged liner to the lower lash line. We're finishing off the eyes with mascara. First, I'm curling the lashes. For that, I take my time to make sure they stay upwards over the whole day. Especially my right eyelid has a lot of skin which pushes the lashes down while I curl this side thoroughly. While applying the mascara, I put on thick layers very close to the roots to make the curl last forever. Then I'm also applying it to the lower lashes. As you can see, curling the lashes makes a slight difference. I used to skip curling my lashes, but meanwhile I know that with patience, a good eyelash curler, and waterproof mascara, it is possible to make them visible and make the curl last for the whole day. For the lips, I'm using a dark cool tone red. Because we are going to use a gold gloss later, I chose a cooler red because the gold particles later will make the red warmer at the end when everything comes together. I'm starting to apply the lip color on the center of the lip, then smudging everything out with my fingers. Because the color is so dark, it takes several layers to get an even appearance. Oh, and at this point I just realized I forgot to add some blush, so I'm taking this coral color, which is actually an eyeshadow, and use it as a blush. Now I'm topping off my lips with this golden gloss. I'm just using my fingers and applying it in dabbing motions, so the color underneath stays in place. Touching up some areas here and there and the look is complete. Here I wasn't sure whether it looks cute with this hairband, but it depends on you how to style this look. I think the hairband makes the look cuter, but without it, it has more of a sexy touch. Yeah, I was just playing around a bit how I could pimp up my holiday look. But that's it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you will also do this makeup look. If you do, I'm very curious to see it. Otherwise, I wish you happy and fun holidays. Hope you always stay healthy and happy as well. So thanks for watching, and I hope this tutorial was also helpful. Yeah, life is difficult with monolids, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, bye.